Oh, hello everybody. Hello, welcome to this live video. You're watching this live on YouTube, or you're perhaps watching this on the replay on Facebook or Instagram, wherever you are watching this from. Though I just want to say welcome to my channel and say hi. I want to hear how what I'm about to share, how it's resonating for you. I want to hear how you are. Let me know in the comments, and just say hi. Let me know where you're tuning in from. It's always fun to see the vast reach of social media, right? One of the perks of working in this digital world, as well as physical and purely energetical. So I've titled this, that inner fire, is it getting hot? Oh my goodness. What a powerful energy coming in. So this video, we're going to be talking about that inner discernment, your inner fire, right? How we are being called to step deeper into alignment and integrity. We're going to be talking about all of that. I just want to say before we get started, because when I get going, I just start going off on a roll. Before we get started, if you enjoy moon ceremonies, the wonderful Solara Star and myself, she's asked me to co-host the full moon in Sagittarius ceremony that she does for free every month. So that will be on Monday at 7:30 p.m. UK time. It'll be live and recorded. There'll be a free sign up link if it's not in the description box yet when you're watching this, and it will be by the time I post it, because I'll make sure I edit that. Also on Wednesday the 15th at 7:30 p.m. UK time, I'm doing a higher throat activation, healing and light language discovery. This is a workshop. You can find it on my website, and it is it's going to be a very, very powerful workshop which will be activating your higher throat, right? Because we manifest a lot from here, we sound from here, we heal from here, we alchemize from our throat, right? And it's the bridge between the mind and the heart space, and when those two are connected, we're good, right? So if that calls to you, whether you already speak light language or not, have a little look at that. There's more details in my in the description on the website, and also I do have 30-minute recorded readings. So if you are looking for guidance of any kind, but you don't want to wait for an hour-long slot to become available, then recorded readings are a really great way to go about that. They are also on my website. Have a little look there. But let's get cracking into this, right? So we had eclipse season, right? Let's start there. We had eclipse season. Eclipse season helped us expand. It helped us break through the barriers. It helped us see things in different ways, like look at all these different veils, possibilities that we have available around to us. We faced a lot of things, right? And it's only right now, as we're building up to the solstice. If you're in the northern hemisphere, that's the summer solstice. It's only right now, as we are building up to the solstice, that integration is really taking place. But what does that look like? Well, we are being shown, right? We are being shown, and once again, take what resonates here, leave what doesn't. If it does resonate, let me know. But we are being called to recognize the power of our emotions and the power of our focus, because the old pattern has been for so long, the old pattern has been, we have to fight, we have to resist something, right? The truth of the matter is that, the world around us is a mirror, right? We are walking through this waking dream, this lucid dream. That is reality for us, right? We're in this lucid dream. Everything that is happening is coordinated perfectly by your superconscious self, right? As I say that, there are sirens in the background, kind of emphasizing that point, right? Because we have a choice in every moment how we're calibrated. We're using the word calibrated, but you could substitute that word to what are you attuned to? Are you attuned to love? Are you attuned to fear? Are you attuned to your higher self? Are you attuned to your lower self? Are you in your heart or are you in your mind, right? And it's really interesting because we do have the active choice. We have the active choice. And when we are making choices that maybe fit a pattern that we've practiced, but we know within ourselves, within our inner fire, within our hearts, we know that there is an evolution happening there, an expansion happening there. And we are choosing another's truth above our own. I'm going to elaborate on this, so just stay with me one moment here. When we're choosing another's truth above our own, what happens is we feel that in our inner fire, we feel uncomfortable. Our solar plexus kind of starts to get a bit pokey. One of the words that my friend uses, pokey. The solar plexus gets a little bit pokey because it starts to realize, oh, hold on. Oh, I'm attuning. I'm focusing my point of magnetism on something that isn't aligning with expansion. That's why we feel that pokiness, right, in that solar plexus. We can start to feel a little bit on fire, right? Like our skin starts to crawl a little. If we're not careful, we will start to react rather than respond, right? And what is a reaction? Usually, my interpretation, but a reaction, especially when we look at the world as a whole of mirrors, as within, so without, when we really want to understand this oneness and really take our embodiment of energy, our embodiment of being to a higher level, to a more blissful level. Reaction is when we hear, see, or look upon another, receive what they are saying, doing whatever, and we calibrate to that which they are offering. Because we have a choice. We can choose to take something personal, and anything that anyone else says is never personal. It really isn't. Even if it's directed at us, it is never personal. And the reason I say it's never personal, because a being, a man, a woman, a beautiful being, an animal, anything, they can only ever offer their truth based on their experiences, based on their lens of perception. And that lens of perception is only as clear as the connection between the mind and the heart. Their ability to articulate is only ever going to be as clear as the amount of heart that is meeting the mind and merging together. That's why the higher throat, healing and clearing this, moving it into integrity and higher communication is so important, because we do create with our words. We create with our words. And when, let's take for example, someone, maybe you've got a family member. These are really great. Family members are really, really great here, because there's usually a lot of history with them. There's usually a lot of experiences and built up momentum with them. There's usually a lot of kind of memories that have been stored about a family member, right? So let's take a family member, for example. Let's say that we haven't calibrated ourselves to our heart before we meet another person in our home or before we pick up the phone. Let's say we haven't meditated, or we haven't just focused on our breath, or we haven't got outside, or haven't kind of chosen how we wish to feel before we start our day. And we meet someone with whom we've got a lot of previous history from all those moments where we had forgotten our power, where we had forgotten our truth. That's because that energy is so practiced. That oftentimes can be something that is called forth from the other person, because that is still an active energy within us. We can't actually ever really fully dissolve an energy in that respect if we've put a lot of energy into something, until we build something that is equal and opposite, or until we build something that overrides that. You know, that's still going to be there as an active field of energy around you. So when we meet with another that we've got a lot of history with, what happens is that, like two magnets, they draw out from one another, that type of dialogue. And it's up to us in that moment to choose then and there. This is what we're being called for, in my opinion, is to choose then and there. Do you wish to react? So act again, so do it again. Right? Act. Do you wish to speak their truth as your truth? That's how I see react. And we do that by arguing, by putting resistance in the way. Because what happens usually is that if someone says something and it seemingly is directed at you, or seemingly is about something which could be taken personal because it's perhaps over a topic which you are passionate about, which we're very passionate about, and what happens is we go, oh, there's emotion there. There's emotion there. Something rises within us. This holy fire rises within us. Now, fire is good. It's purifying. Out of control, not so good. Fire is purifying. And so that inner fire rises within us because we're being called to purify our response. To be very intentional about what we are about to create. Whenever you everything is energy. Right? You hear this all the time. Everything is energy. We are energy embodied. The physical, mental, emotional embodiment, spiritual embodiment that we are right here, right now, in this moment in time is a cumulative, accumulated, expression of practiced thought patterns, right? Of practiced desires, of practiced emotions. That can change. We change as we move through time because we're constantly expanding, constantly connecting deeper with our hearts, right? Every experience we have, we do that. Now, if we have, say we've got, this is an opinion, say this is an opinion coming at you, or an experience coming at you, right? And instead of letting this go and go straight by you, and just not even hooking in or anything like that, oftentimes what we do, what has been the pattern here, is this is coming towards us and we go, oh, look at that. And then it's face to face. And then whatever it is coming at us, we tend to push back like this. We tend to hold this wall there, this strength. We feel like we have to be strong to hold this to hold ourselves in integrity. But that's the old way of doing things. That's a fearful way of doing things. Because that's saying that this, whatever this opinion is, whatever this is, has power over you. And that's not true. It only has power over you when you put yourself in front of it like this, right? And the more that this comes at you, the more that you push back, the more that you push back, the more it comes at you. And then you're in the standoff, right? Then it feels really pokey inside. It feels really uncomfortable inside because then you've got like the solar plexus is going, wow, what's going on? No. This isn't how things should be flowing, right? We get to choose. We get to choose and choose and choose and choose again. So instead of putting up this wall and going, how dare you say that about me? Like, that's not true. Why would you say that? Because all we do, anytime we even respond in a way, and once again, it's up to you whether you choose to respond to anything or nothing. But true power lies in not actually feeding whatever it is, because as soon as we put up energy against something, we're feeding the whole thing, because everything is two things. Everything is two sides of a coin. Everything. I have a coin here, look. Everything is two sides of the coin. I'm going to sneeze. Chew. Bless me, sorry. Everything is two sides of the coin to make it a whole. Right? If we put something up in front of this energy coming at us like that, we're forming this wall. Let it go by. If we let it go by, what's going to happen instead? We carry on upon our wonderful wavelength, right? We enjoy whatever we're doing. We don't take it personally because, that hook is only there from that person because we've first reached out with our energy. Now that's super important. So many times we've kind of come from this place of cord cutting. Oh my gosh, sorry, I'm going to start going now. Now I've sneezed, that's it. Oh my gosh. We come from this place of like feeling like we want a cord cut and stuff like that, but really those cords are only there because we've opened ourselves up and put restriction in the way, right? Put resistance in the way. I'm gonna have to close up this live because I need to sort myself out here, but I will come back to this. Hold on. I love you all so much. I'll speak to you soon. I'll be back.